Hey guys, Denver James here, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the game Poetry for Neanderthals. I'm going to be breaking down how it works, what's great about it, what's not so great about it, and my overall thoughts on the game. If you'd like to see more review videos like this one, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single upload. Let's talk about how the game works. The object of the game is to score as many points as possible by correctly guessing words and phrases. To start, you're going to split everyone up into two teams, Team Glad and Team Mad. Make sure everyone takes a seat at the table, alternating between different players from seat to seat. Next, Team Glad will elect a player on their team to be the first Neanderthal poet. That person will want to have the poet point slate in front of them. The poets will then choose which side of the poetry cards to use for the whole game, either the gray side or the orange side. At this point, a player from Team Mad, one that's able to see the poet card in the enemy poet's hand, gets to hold the no stick. Now you're ready to start the game. If you're the poet, the enemy team starts the timer while you draw your first poetry card. Now your goal is to get your teammates to say either the 1-point word or the 3-point phrase using only 1-syllable words. You are not allowed to use any other means to describe your word, which means no actions, gestures, abbreviations, or any part of the original word. At this point, everyone on your team is able to shout out what they think the answer is. If one of your teammates answers correctly, shout yes, and then put the card in the correct point pile. However, if you as the poet break any of the rules, you lose that card and must put it in the oops spot on the mat. Now, this isn't all that happens when you break a rule. This leads us to the no stick. Should you make any mistakes, the enemy player with the no stick will shout no and bonk you in the head with the stick. At this point, you'll slip that card into the oops pile. Your turn ends when the timer runs out. Now it's the other team's turn to go. The game ends when all players from both teams have had a turn as the poet. Each team will add up their collective points, taking into account negative oops points as well. The team with the most overall points wins the game. Let's talk about what's great about this game. Here's the thing. I've played some games. A lot of games. And rarely ever do I pick favorites simply because there's such a wide variety of games to choose from when it comes to gameplay, concepts, and designs. Without question, Poetry for Neanderthals is one of the best games I've ever played. It's the perfect combination of a straightforward concept, hilarious gameplay, and pulse-pounding stress. Few games manage to give me the rush of laughs and adrenaline that this one does, and for that reason, Neanderthals ranks as a modern classic in my book. Another thing that I love about this game is the idea to have the poet speak in one-syllable words like a caveman. This proved to be much more of a challenge than I expected, while also creating countless opportunities for me to bust my sides laughing. And lastly, what I love about this game is the no stick itself. This one item alone adds so much hilarious tension to the gameplay. It's hard enough trying to talk like a caveman as you describe difficult words, but throwing in the risk of being clobbered by your opponents for a single mistake ratchets up the intensity to the highest level. Let's talk about what's not so great about this game. Again, this is one of my all-time favorite games, so it's really hard to find something to genuinely critique. That said, I'll mention that players should be careful not to hit the opposing team members too hard with the no stick. This game can get really intense really quick, so be sure to clarify with everyone at the table what the standard is for roughness. However, the game itself does encourage some restraint when it comes to bopping others with it. So kudos to the game makers for addressing this potential issue. All in all, Poetry for Neanderthals is the perfect game for all ages fun. It's a blast to play, easy to learn, and will ensure that you create priceless memories over bopping heads and talking like a cave dweller. If you're looking to add a hilarious new addition to your gaming collection, Neanderthals will quickly find its way at the top of your shelf. Well, hey, that's all I've got for you guys in my review of Poetry for Neanderthals. Like I shared earlier, if you'd like to see more review videos like this one, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single upload. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this review video. Take care, and I'll see you around.